Migrants even resorting to making makeshift fire pits to keep warm. This is the 5th bus dropping off migrants on Tuesday morning. Old ID cards, money, as well as even toothbrushes, just some of the things I found. Smugglers tear down the bollards in the border wall fence, allowing the migrants to easily step through. One of the biggest groups of migrants I've ever seen in one place. This group over here, they're arguing over the space in line. Is this what you thought it would be like in America?
No.
These are the city's warming buses. They were being used for public transportation. Now they've been turned into makeshift migrant shelters. They have over 200 clients and 70 people staying under their roof. ¿Cuáles son tus esperanzas para el futuro? ¿Cuántos horas llevan aquí en el muro? But meanwhile, these migrants are likely to be released into the country. After getting everybody over the border wall, the coyote sits on top of the fence with binoculars looking out for law enforcement. The migrants are marching in Lukeville, Arizona.
¿Dónde van los Estados Unidos?
Georgia.
This walk is just the next part
Ecuador.
on the journey to their final destination. Just as it seems the last of the migrants has passed me, more come around the corner, walking forward, but not sure what their next steps really are.
What are you doing in New York? Actually, not sure.
At the border wall where they've walked from, all is quiet. This smoldering piece of bark is a reminder that all those migrants just spent a very cold night in the desert. Here, trash is the new tumbleweed. As it blows around, dogs and birds are there to pick up the remaining food scraps. After waiting at the wall all night, the 3.5-mile walk in the morning is exhausting for many of the migrants.
Es incierto. Aquí es más tener fe y suerte.
You have to have faith and luck to cross the border and come prepared for everything.
Having faith a country they've never been to will protect them.
God bless your country.
Reporting in Lukeville, Adam Klepp, KGUN-9. The port here is now being used for Border Patrol to process migrants, as last week a historic 17,500 people illegally crossed into the Tucson sector. The Lukeville port of entry is quiet. Instead of the hustle and bustle of vehicle crossings, migrants are here. The port is shut down so CBP officers can help with the current surge. And just east of the port, hundreds of migrants have gathered, including Christian Cruz from
Ecuador.
Lukeville is the latest stop on a dangerous journey.
I traveled through Panama. The mountains were immense. People fell. Many people died.
Agents prioritize apprehending families and young kids, meaning the single adults have to wait.
I haven't eaten anything for 24 hours.
And the group is getting restless, arguing with Border Patrol and fighting over spots in line.
If I'm wrong, take me out in the back.
The situation is pushing Border Patrol to the limit.
We're facing severe challenges right now.
Saying Lukeville's remote location makes it difficult to apprehend everyone quickly.
To get them further to our processing centers in Tucson is a matter of hours.
But adding, not everyone can stay.
We're utilizing other sectors to help us with the enhanced expedited removal process, trying to prosecute as many people as we can.
Something Christian Cruz hopes to avoid.
¿Cuáles son tus esperanzas para el futuro?
Mi esperanza. Sentirme protegido.
My hope is to be protected.
Down the road, more migrants are walking towards the group, a sign this surge is far from over. There is no timetable for when the port could reopen. Reporting in Lukeville, Adam Klepp, KGUN-9. These are the city's warming buses. They were being used for public transportation. Now they've been turned into makeshift migrant shelters, as the migrants themselves tell me they've been living and sleeping on those buses for days. In the shadow of the city's tallest building, migrants wait on the streets to be placed in shelters. Buses provided by Chicago are the only refuge from the freezing temperatures.
Right now, the situation, the process to the immigration, is not good.
Sometimes nonprofits come by to give out water and winter clothes. Michael, a migrant from Costa Rica, says he's been sleeping on the buses for 3 days, sending me this video showing what it's like every night, saying this is not what he and other migrants expected to find in America. Did you think it would be like this when you got here?
No, never in the life.
While Michael is by himself, others have come with their entire families.
They say there is nothing. The shelters are full. I am desperate because I've been here for 6 days with my 3 small children.
As the migrant situations worsen, organizations like the Chicago Food Depository have been stepping in to help. Jim Conwell gives me a tour of their warehouse.
So it's even bigger than what you see here today.
Where every day, he says, over 300,000 pounds of food leaves to get delivered across Chicago.
We believe that food is a human right, and no one in our community should go without food.
Now the migrants have become a big part of that community. Conwell says asylum seekers are 10% of their service base. With increased state and city funding, they've been able to keep up with the increasing demand.
We haven't had to sacrifice or reduce our response for longtime Chicagoans who need food assistance because we're also responding to the needs of new arrivals. We've been able to do both.
But back on the streets, it's clear much more than food is needed to help. The city has now spent over $150 million supporting migrants. Michael tells me he's not sure how much longer he'll be welcome.
The people don't like it, the immigrant, and I know that. But bro, me and everybody, I have a dream, you know? The best auction, the best life, but this is so hard.
According to the city, over 30,000 migrants have arrived in Chicago since 2022. And as of January, over 500 of them are waiting in the city's police stations, airports, and warming buses for placement in a shelter. Reporting in Chicago, Adam Klepp, KGUN-9.